Now let's start on our building slide. So slide number 3. Now the second text box we actually don't need. So why don't we get rid of that? I'm going to click on the edge of it there to select it and press the delete key on the keyboard. Not the delete key that has the little X, but just the regular delete, and that'll get rid of that. And we're going to import our image. So click on the image button. We need to upload it from our Photos folder. So go back to Finder, Command Tab. And here's my long shot that I want for my first slide. We'll upload that. Click back on Chrome. Now it's rather big, bigger than we kind of need it. So we're going to use the crop tool, which is this thing up here. So click on that, and we just want to drag the sides. We want to keep the height so that we see as much detail as possible in your slideshow. So I'm going to drag the sides over. If you cut off little bits of, the bottom like that, that's okay, I think. We'll try that. So click outside of the image to complete the crop. And then just click on it and drag it over. That red line is telling us that it's centered on the slide, right over to the edge. There we go. And if I click on my text box, I can see that it's overlapping a little bit. So why don't we just cheat and we'll bring this over, there we go, right to the edge of our image. And that's going to maximize all of that kind of stuff. Let's go to the second slide for our building, our caption slide. And we need to again get our image. So Command Tab, back over to Finder. Here's my first detail shot. Again, we only want this to take up half the space. So we'll go up to the crop tool, watch for the cursor to change so we can drag the sides. We'll get rid of the less important bits there. Click outside the image. I'll drag this over to the left-hand side. Doesn't really matter. We can see it's on top of our text, so we'll need to change that. So if you go to Arrange and Order, and then we want to send it to the back. And then we'll click on our image button again, Apple Tab to Finder, get my next one, upload that. And again, we'll go to the crop tool. Let's resize it down a little bit. We probably don't need to go as small as this, but if we do it like this, we can make some adjustments to make it fit really nicely. So I'm going to move my image over, and it is smaller, so that's kind of good. And trick being, I want to kind of get the same amount of space on both sides. I'll go back to the crop tool, and now I can match up that edge. You see it goes red, so I know I've matched that up. And same with the other side, go till it goes red, and now my image fits perfectly onto the slide. Now it's covering our text again, so we'll go to Arrange and Order and Send to Back. And there we have it. Looking really nice. We're going to repeat that for the next building. So we'll get rid of our text box, import the image, Command Tab to Finder. Here we go, my wide angle or long shot. Go back to Yield Crop. Slide that over and go right to the right hand side. Now I've got a bit of extra space here, so I can go back to crop, and I don't need a lot of the other building, but we'll just show a bit more. And I'm going to go past the slide there, but if I click on my image and drag it till I see the red line on the right hand side, I know that I've got it fit right in. And there's a little bit of space, that's fine. It's not always going to be perfect. Then our caption slide for our second building. Let's go get our image, Command Tab. There's one, detail. Upload that. Double click by accident. We can close that window. Now this one is going to fit all on its own because it's a portrait shot, so I may not want to go all the way to the far edge because I think the other one is the same, but let's see. It does look like a portrait shot, so something like that. And you can just kind of fiddle moving them around a little bit so that it looks like they're all right. Let's click on, if you want to select both of them, you can hold down the Shift key and click on the second photo, and then we'll go to Arrange and Order and Send to Back. Let's go to slide number 7. Get rid of the text box. Get our long shot. This one doesn't need a whole lot of fiddling. So something like that, maybe over a little bit. Go to slide 8, and we're almost done. First detail, this one definitely needs to get cropped. So I'm going to try and keep as much of this stained glass as possible. Move that over. Might be a little bit big, but let's see what happens with our next one. And the doorway, the crazy angled doorway. Not always a good idea to do photographs at 45-degree angles, but hey. So lots of cropping here because we don't really need all of that, and we'll get a little bit less of over here. We do want to see the arch because that's really our main feature here, but we'll see how this fits in. A little bit of an overlap. Okay, let's crop a little bit more off of the side here. I know it's not ideal. Where's the, oh my gosh, it's really way big, way too big. Okay. Well, we'll just overlap our stained glass a little bit, and actually if we double click you can get back to the crop, and we'll just move our whole image over. There we go. That's not so bad. Alright. So it doesn't matter that it overlaps anymore because we get to see all of our stained glass.